People don't realize at one point in time, I used to be very depressed. I used to be suicidal. I used to self-harm myself. I used to criticize and hate myself. I came here to jump into I didn't even consciously know that I was coming here to attempt to end my life. And I remember writing down on the dock. I was on the dock, it's like a wooden dock, and I just wrote down, I was like, okay, what would be my final words? And I wrote, I came I came here to die, but I want to live. And then for a moment, I just felt like I was like, "Oh my god, like, I have a chance of beating this. You're loved, you're wanted, you're needed, and you're supported."
Welcome back to the Reset Mantra with me, Sabeena Maharjan. Today's guest is Mario Silot. He's a self love and spiritual relationship coach who went from being homeless and living on food stamps to helping high achieving men and women heal what success couldn't. If you're feeling like you've made it on paper but still feel lost in love with yourself and with others, this one's for you. Let's get into it. You went from being homeless and then on food stamps to now being in those mastermind events and guiding others in self-love. That's actually quite a journey. What was your rock bottom like and what woke you up?
That is a brilliant question, first off. And second, I think I had many rock bottoms. So one rock bottom, just to give one, because like I've had rock bottoms emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, socially. Like there's been one for each tier, but there was one I think that would resonate with a lot of people. At People don't realize at one point in time, I used to be very depressed. I used to be suicidal. I used to self-harm myself. I used to criticize and hate myself. I used to say things to myself that no one else could say to me that were worse. Like I used to say things to myself that were worse than anyone else. And there was this one time, I was at this New Year's party. Everyone's like smiling and dancing, and I'm trying to be happy like everyone else. So I'm trying to like hold this smile up. I'm trying to hold up my energy, and I just remember being like, "Oh man," like I was just exhausted. I was so exhausted trying to be happy, and I just didn't want to be there. So I left, and I went for this walk. And as I was walking, I had like this like this dark sensation kind of like start to fill me up, like kind of overcome me. And that was my depression. And as it was starting to like overcome me, I remember these thoughts, like this conversation I was having, and the thoughts were saying, "Hey, like there's a lake. Go to the lake. There's not gonna be anyone there." And so I was like, "Okay, like, you know, I'm gonna go there and be by myself." And it kept telling me, "Be by myself, be by myself, be by myself." And then when I got to the lake, like at this time, I didn't know how to swim, and it was telling me, it's like, jump in, end your life." And I was just like, it would hit me. I was like, "Wow, like I came here to jump into I didn't even consciously know that I was coming here to attempt to end my life, but I had it was like a New Year's Eve party pen, and I remember writing down on the dock. I was on the dock, it's like a wooden dock, and I just wrote down, I was like, "Okay, what would be my final words?" And I wrote, "I came I came here to die, but I want to live." And when I wrote that and I looked at it and I read it, I was just like, something hit me like as a third person. It's like as someone else wrote it. It hit me like a third person, and I was just like, "Wow." And like whatever happened just cracked me open. I just started bawling. I was just bawling, and then my chest like it it felt like someone literally ripped open my rib cage and was, like, jabbing my heart. And I buckled down to the ground, and I just like, I kinda curled up. It's pitch black, it was really cold out, and I was just on the ground, curled up, and I just remember looking at myself, I was like, "Wow," like, I wish someone could give you a hug." Like, whoever like, I'm looking at this guy on the ground, I was like, "I just wish someone could give you a hug." And then, like, I was just like, "Why don't I do it?" And in that moment, I literally just put my arms around myself, and I just started rubbing myself. I was like, "I'm gonna hug you." And then in that moment of, like, just giving myself a hug, this weird sensation, like, my depression reacted. It felt like a vampire in sunlight. My depression was like, "Oh my god, stop doing that, it burns." And I in that moment, I was like, I know my depression's weakness. It's love. And then for a moment, I just felt like I was like, "Oh my god, like, I have a chance of beating this. I actually have a chance of fighting back." And then I just started talking to myself. I was just like, "I'm gonna love me like no one's ever loved me in my life." And it was, like, burning, and I was like, "Stop doing that." Like, depression was freaking out, and I was just like I got up, and then I started walking back towards the party, and I kept saying, "I'm gonna love me, I'm gonna love me, I'm gonna love me." And then when I got into the party, everyone was there, and they're dancing, and then, like, I paused the music, and I'm the person that, like they're like, "Speech, speech, speech," so they think I'm gonna do a speech. And I was just like, "Guys, like, I'm depressed. I'm so sad. I just tried to drown myself. I think I really need a hug." And everyone was like, "Wow, thank you for sharing that." And then we had, like, this big group hug, and my depression, like, it dissolved. It just, like, dissolved into nothing, and then for, like, that moment when I was just hugging everyone and I was just like, "I'm receiving this love, I'm receiving it, I'm receiving it, I want it. Give it to me. Yes, hug me," and I'm feeling everyone. I was actually happy. I was happy in that moment. Like, I wanted to be in that party then. Like, I wanted to be there, and I felt better, I felt lighter. Like, lighter in the sense of weight, but also lighter in the sense of, like, the cloud of darkness kind of dissipated and, like, some literal light came through, and I was just like, "This is it. More of this." And then that was the best rock bottom I could ever hope for.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Were you already, doing some kind of like therapy work or working with a coach or, maybe like meditating, or were you doing some kind of healing work by that time when this happened to you, or it came after?
No, I was anti, like, therapist. Like, I was like, "I'm not talking to no one." I had a bad experience when I was younger with a therapist, and then I'm thinking they're all the same, and I didn't wanna talk to people, like, I was taught that, like, because I'm a man, that there's pride in silence, right? That you're stronger if you're quiet, and then that if you speak your emotions, then, like, women are not gonna value you. They have their own things, and they don't wanna deal with yours also, and the more I let my emotions out, the less control I have, the weaker I am, and obviously over time, I realized it takes more strength to be with your emotions, to feel your emotions, than it does to ignore them or suppress them or reject them. So at that time, I was I was doing every I used to I was drinking just trying to numb myself so I wouldn't feel anything. And I couldn't hold together a relationship because I didn't have myself held together at all. So I didn't have any like real. I don't wanna say I never had, like, any real experience to have any healing, like, I had some great people in my life, right? I had people that did try to love me and try to talk to me and things like that. Yeah, I was rejecting it, I was neglecting it, but they were there. And so I think, like, every person that came in my life just done, like, a little ching, 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 right? In my armor that I had built up, and but, yeah, in that moment, it was just all me, and that was probably the best thing is that I had to have me and no one else in that moment. And
Mm.
it was my love. When I, because people try to love me. People really do, and they're really honest with that. They're trying to love you, but they can't get past yourself. But the moment that I was like, "I need a hug," and I gave it to myself, it changed everything.
Can you walk us through what self-love looked like when you had nothing? Like, what does it look like? What does it feel like?
Uh, so when I had nothing, what did it look like and what did it feel like? Presence. It wasn't even just the fact that, like, in that moment, let's say specifically that I gave myself a hug, it was the fact that I was there with me and I wasn't alone inside myself. I was inside my own presence. And if you're not present, like you're not here.
Mm.
I was empty for a long time and I was walking around as like an empty shell of a person. Just, I remember I used to just like, I was trying to sleep days away, just trying to get closer to death, let's say. Um, And I was just hoping that's just like, I just wish someone would come in and heal me or save me. I wish someone would come in and do that for me. And it's only because I wanted someone else to be there because I wasn't there. I just wasn't checked in with myself. So to me, like the foundation of all love, you can't have any love. You can't even be alive without being present. It's the
Hmm.
fact that you're here that makes you alive. And so if you want to be alive and here, you need to be there. You need to be present with yourself. And that's just looking at yourself and being like, looking at yourself and saying, "I feel you, I see you, I hear you, I love you, I understand you, and I'm not going nowhere. I'm here." We all want that. Every person on this planet wants that. No one's free from that. We're all
Hmm.
human. We all have the exact same those little needs there. That's what makes us alive, is that the presence of those things, right? So to me, yeah, self-love is the foundation of all love. Self or of others is presence.
Presence. Yeah, I love that. The way you explained it, it's kind of like being connected with yourself and then the powerful affirmations or, the phrases that you mentioned. Um, I think consciously or unconsciously, we all somehow at the bottom of our heart really do crave for love, right? Whether we admit it or not, whether we know it or not. But I feel like that love is what we all crave for, and it all starts with loving yourself. And I totally agree when you say, like if we are not connected with ourselves, we're not present with ourselves, and we're not loving ourselves enough. Sometimes the other person, other people may love us, and we may not know how to receive that love and reciprocate that back. So I think that's really important to build, right? That foundation, that relationship with yourself. So talk to me about your Instagram page says that you are the Heallionaire. Did I say that right?
The
Heallionaire.
the
Tell us,
Heallionaire.
Heallionaire. Yes, we've all heard about millionaires and billionaires.
Yep.
This to me is a very unique concept. And tell us, what does this mean, and how did this title come about?
That's a great one, actually. Uh it came when it was needed. It it just I really believe things are like there's a timing to life. People call it divine timing, God's timing. There's just a timing to you and yourself and where you are in your life. And I think that I'm always where I was supposed to be, and I'm always am where I'm supposed to be, and I'm experiencing exactly what it is that I need to experience. And so the Heallionaire just came at the perfect time for myself and for my clients because I I grew up very, very impoverished. Not just broke, but like poor, right? There's a difference between being broke with money and being poor and mentality. And with my family, I was taught that we're supposed to be poor. Like that's who we are. That's our background. And then I just always like, but why do these people have like these really big houses? Why do they have food? Why do they have cars? Like, why do they? How come we don't have it? And it just kept, that's just who we are. And so for a long time, I held that as my identity, right? I'm a poor person and that's who I'm supposed to be. And when I started going through all this self-love and in order to love myself, to be inside myself, I was given the most at that time, I didn't see it as a beautiful gift, but now I see it as a beautiful gift. But God took everything away from me. He took all the people I loved. He took all my material things. He left me outside on a park bench. And it's not that he left me. He positioned me exactly where I needed to be in order to need myself. And so it changed my perspective on the value of things. If I'm not there, money doesn't have any, who's going to spend the money? If I'm not there, who's gonna, you know what I mean? If who's gonna live in the house? Who's gonna do? The value is in the human being. It's in the life, not even just in the body, but in the life that you have. So it completely shifted my identity with money. And when I started really, really just like loving myself openly and sharing that with people, because like loving myself was one thing, because I was doing it by myself in a room, all by myself when no one was there. But then when I started doing it outward, I was like, man, this is like I feel so full. I finally have something to give. And what I was giving was myself, my love, my energy, my life force. I started sharing that with everyone. The people that I started attracting, I was just like, these people have more money than I do. Like these people are like well off, successful people. And they were still coming to me, asking me advice. And I just clicked. I was like, it's not broken people. Like people think just if you don't have something physically, then yeah, you don't love yourself. But
Mm.
I have clients that have so many things. They've accumulated things. They're really, really good at accumulating things. But they're they haven't been present. So they put themselves in things. So they have a lot of that, right? Because a lot of themselves is in the things, but a lot of themselves is not here. And so then when I started getting these clients that were like closing like $60 million deals, clients that have private jets, these are clients that have businesses, not just one, but multiple businesses. I was just like, wow, like everybody needs love. Millionaires needs love. So it can't, it's the combination of I'm helping heal millions of people, but also millionaires need healing too. It's just it's the
Mm.
concept that internal fulfillment, right? That internal recognition, you're not going to get that from something external.
I didn't think about healing millions of people. I like that. So, was it a title that actually one of your clients or someone gave it to you, or was it like a self-created?
So the person was like, They're like, "You're like the healer of millionaires." And I was just like, "Yeah, I'm the Heallionaire." And they're like, "Oh, that's it. That's it."
Mm,
Like, and I was like, "That is it." They're like, "Let's go with it. Let's go with it. Let's go with it." And we've been building from that, and it's been getting momentum, which is amazing because it
mm.
is. It's intriguing,
Yeah.
right? And there's a real message and meaning behind it too. So that's where the stability comes from. It's not just a
Yeah.
word, it's real life.
True, true. And I know that, you mentioned that you are helping high achieving men and women heal what success wouldn't or couldn't, right? So when you're helping those millionaires, what exactly are they trying to heal from? I know we talked about like self-love, right? But what exactly do they tell you that they're looking for besides having millions of dollars in their bank?
Mm. So if it's specific to the people who have X amount of dollars, right? It's just like this just very generic desire of $1 million. Like once you get $1 million, you realize it's not it's not your houses are like three, four, $500,000, and like that's not like no big giant mansion. And then cars are what 30, 40, 50, 60,000. Insurance and like all like that's not gonna get you as far as people really think. But it seems to be this standard. But to the people who have like who've reached that and extended way beyond that, um, they're usually successful, like, in their business, and they aren't as successful either in themselves or the relationship or a relationship to, like, family or friends. Like, a relationship just means your relation to someone. It doesn't have to be like your husband or wife or your partner. A relationship is your relation to a person, a human being. So people are really good at business because they've been praised. They've been praised for performance and they haven't been praised for presence. So they they look at like there's this thing like, oh, business is business. So you take the emotion out of it. And so it's not really about people. It's actually it's about people, but it's not with people, right? So most people are building businesses because of money, right? So there's like a logistic side to it. There's a number side to it, and you're just so focused on that, the external thing. And you've taken the internal thing out, which is your relationship to people, to yourself, most
Mm,
importantly. So they've been praised for performance and um, not presence, and they're so focusing on like providing um, this idea that I have everything together. Right? That I had everything. Like the word is right there is in the thing. So they have the things. They have all the things together, but you're not a thing. Like you're a being. So there's a difference between things and being. So they got the things, but they haven't focused on like the intimate side of themselves, the being part. Who am I
mm,
being? What am I feeling? Having these conversations. Like, and sitting with himself and being like, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I understand you, I love you. I'm not leaving, even if it's a difficult conversation inside your mind, right? Even if it's a criticizing thing, you still have to be there, be like, okay, like I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna hear you, even if it's difficult.
mm,
I'm still here and I'm still listening and I'm still gonna love you. I'm still gonna feel you. That's presence with yourself. And so they've been just focused on the performance, the external world. They're really good at it. And I always give them praise and recognition, like, great job, like you've built something here. You really did. Like you built something real. Great. But now it's time to build something, to build intimacy, right? To build something with yourself, build a relationship with yourself. And when you do that, then your relationship with your partner, then your relationship with your mother, your father, your friends, all that starts changing, right? How you interact with yourself is how you interact with other people. And so, yeah, they're really focused on the external world, and they think that if they can make something more or do
Mhm.
something more, that means being more. And in fact, most people don't want more things. They want more you.
Wow. Yeah. That's really profound. Yeah. Right. That's really profound. I know you have a book coming, right? The digital version of the Mindful Farmer. How to grow your inner tree of fulfillment. Tell us a little bit about your book.
Okay. Thank you so much for introducing that. It's the book really came from I had a client and they were like, Mario, like my bank account is full, but I still feel empty. And I just remember that moment. I was just like, you feel empty? And they're like I can buy whatever I want. Like I have my house, I have my car, like I have all the things, but like you have this certainty of peace and love within you. Like, like how do you do it? And then I was just like, ah, I see. You're focused on having more, and I'm focused on being more. And that's the difference. The external and the internal. They've built up an amazing thing externally. I've built up an amazing thing internally. I know Mario. I know him well. I know him intimate. I've tasted his tears. I felt his bones broke. I felt things that no one else is. They can come to me and say they felt that. I had to feel it with me. And I was really there in all of those moments with myself. And when I'm in the moment, when I'm with myself, I'm with myself. I've changed the conversation that I have with myself to invite more of myself. Instead of rejecting myself, neglecting myself, or suppressing myself, I'm inviting more of myself in. Like whether it's a negative thought, a negative feeling, anger, depression. Instead I sit there and I invite it in. I say, I'm gonna be here, right? I'm gonna be here with you through this. And that's all it wants. The whatever the feeling it is, it's only negative because you don't know how to use it. The difference between something being positive or negative is that when it's positive, you know how to use it, so you invite more of it. You say, "Yes, I want more of this. I know what to do with it." When it's negative, you just say, "I don't know what to do with it, so I don't want it." But when you know what to do with I know what to do with my negative thoughts. I know what they want. They want me. They want my attention. They want my love. They don't want me to be like, let's do this. You and me and the audience. I do this with my clients, and I think it's probably one of the most profound lessons that I do. I think we should do it live right now.
Okay.
Let's say you have um, two kids, right? In this theory, you have two kids. One kid is depression, and one kid is joy. And so you look at that one kid, Joy, and you say, I love you. You're amazing. I want more of you. And then you have this one sad anger, depression, this kid, and you say, why can't you be more like Joy? Like, I don't want you. I don't like you. Go somewhere else. Like, how do you think that kid's going to feel? Probably not good.
Mm.
They're going to feel worse and they're going to feel even more of whatever it is that they're feeling. Right? So those two kids, those are your feelings. That's your joy. That's your joy, and then that's your happy, your sadness or your depression, right? Those are both your feelings. So when you're accepting one of your feelings, it feels good to be accepted, right? It's your kid. It just wants your love. It's coming to the parent, right? The one who created it. I created that kid. I created that feeling, and it wants my love. It doesn't want another one. So if I go to this depression or this sadness and I say, go to another parent, I don't want you, right? It's only going to come to me even more. It doesn't
Mm,
want anyone. It wants my love. And so then when I sit there with that emotion, that feeling, I say, okay, I love you both the same. And I got to give you both attention. I'm going to give you both affection. I'm going to love both of you. I see you and I see you. I feel you. I feel you. I hear you. I understand. Once a kid's like, mom, dad, and you say, okay, show me. And then they're like, here's my cool trick. And you're like, wow. And then they're like, okay. And then they run off. Like
mm,
they're not there to stay. They just want your attention for a minute. So the same thing with your thoughts, same thing with your emotions. Those are your children. You created them, and they just want your attention and your love. So to me, that's the difference between positive and negative, right?
mm. That's very interesting. I think it was a wonderful explanation of, the way you explained it. It kind of tells us how important it is to love every part of yourself, be it good or bad, right? To
Mm,
sit with your thoughts and accept yourself fully the way you are, and then not be self-critical. Because we, just like you said, when we're happy, when we're looking good, things are good, we love ourselves. But then if we make a little mistake, or do something that's undesirable, then we start to like criticize ourselves and, say things like, oh, I'm lazy, or I can never be good, and things like that, right? So, yeah, that's a good perspective to put things, right? About how we can treat all kind of emotions like anger, sadness with equal importance and presence as we do with
presence.
joy and love. Wow.
I love
That's
how you said the word fully,
hmm
because that's the book, The Mindful Farmer, how to grow your inner tree of fulfillment. So how can I get to a place of fulfillment, to be full? People are good at being empty.
Mm,
That's why they keep doing it,
yeah.
right? But this is about being good at being filled from the inside, to be full, fulfillment, like truly fulfilled. So that's where this all of this started, was that one person. Yeah, you got your bank account is full, but like your heart is bankrupt. Like
Mm,
you're walking around with with some great things, but like you're not there. I know what it's like to walk around as an empty shell. I know what it's like to feel empty, to still be like, there's something more,
hmm
right? You can accumulate a lot of things. The world's a big place, right?
Yeah.
But that's it. They're just things, and they keep stacking up. They get some dust, and then then you're on to the next one. It's these You're getting like these little dopamine hits, these like little tiny, I need the next achievement, next, because it's you need external validation. That's what you think, but it's internal recognition that you really want. And that's what's gonna get you this full tree, like this full feeling. And then that radiates outward, and people can look at you and be like, this is like, how did you get happy? How did you
hmm
overcome that sadness? How are you so full? Like it radiates outward. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really wonderful. So, tell us where our audience or someone listening can find more about the book. When is it coming? How can they find more about the book and more about you and get connected with you?
Wonderful. Great questions. I'm so excited. Like I there's so much, like, the idea that love that I've grown within myself is coming to a place where others are also growing in that same love. Like, I didn't just love myself just to love myself. I didn't just endure my own pain for myself. It's now bigger than me. And so this where this exciting like excitement is coming from. Like, wow, I've healed myself for more than me. This is bigger than me. So I would love to give your audience a gift, which is a free chapter from the book. So if they just go to my name, which
Mhm.
is Mario Silot, so MARIOSILOT.ca, free chapter, then I would love to extend that gift. I just get started there. Like it's free. It's free, and you're already gonna begin that. You're already gonna feel filled. You're already gonna like it's going to put you on the right path. It's gonna start filling you up, and then from there, if you want to go fill yourself all the way up and get the whole book, you can take it from there. But yeah, mariosalat.ca, free chapter.
Gotcha. And I'll make sure to put all the links in the show notes below so people can, connect with you further and get linked to the book. And what's the best place to find you and connect with you?
Right now, Instagram, it's kind of where I started. It was like the little home foundation. But if they go to Mario Salat's coaching on Instagram, they'll find me right away. And I'm open and I'm inviting. So let's really start like filling ourselves out. Let's really get into this life. Let's do this together.
Yes, I love that. Yep, I put those links in the show notes below so people can connect with you further. And anybody who's interested to grow their own inner tree of fulfillment, starting with self-love and staying present and connected, or at least start the first step. I invite you to click on the links in the show notes and then get connected to Mario and go through his free chapter of the book and purchase a copy, the digital version.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Like, I want to thank you, like you specifically. Thank you to the audience also. So, like, but when I say you, this is also going to go to the audience, but I want to thank you specifically because uh, I just met you, right? And some of your audience, like, I'm gonna meet in the future. Like, I haven't even met them yet, but even though I don't know you yet, there is something that I do know. So I just want to leave with this. It's just a little token of gratitude. I know me, I know Mario, I know him intimately, and I know everything he's ever had to sacrifice and go through just to be here with you right now. You watching this. And if it required that of me to be here in front of you, to look you right now in your eyes, then I can only imagine the sacrifices that you've had to make to be here right now with me, looking me in my eyes. I'm thanking you for the life that you lived and the sacrifices that you made to be here with me. And to me, there's no greater gift than that, just for being here in your presence. So I love you.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot. That really means a lot. That was really deep. Hmm. Okay. Also, so I do have three questions at the end, which I ask all of my guests. It's very random, kind of rapid fire, no judgment, whatever comes to your mind.
Yep.
We can get started there. So, are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay. All right. I love this part. So, even more. So, first question. If your mind was a galaxy, what kind of planet would you be living on right now?
I would be here in this moment right now.
Hmm,
Everything would be the same. It's
hmm,
perfect and I love it.
awesome. All right. Second question. I love that. The present moment. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So, second question, universe just sent you a cosmic billboard. What message is written on it for you?
That's so good. Love, 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 love. I love love. I love to be loved. I love to love, love. I think it would just say that. What
Hmm,
does that mean? That's the fun thing, the journey. And it would say love, and then the moment someone says, "What is that?" Now you're on the way. That's all it
hmm,
takes. It just takes what is love, and then you're on your way towards it. It's gonna
yeah,
be an amazing journey.
for sure. Amazing journey. Yep. Okay, last question. If you could place one thought, belief, or a mantra into every human's subconscious mind tonight, like planting a star in their mind or planting a seed in their mind, what would it be?
That would be the first thing. Just
Breathe.
not even the word breathe, but just the sound and feeling of your own breath. That's presence. I
Hmm.
I'm in my breathing is my relationship with God and the universe. When when I want to breathe, I can breathe fast or I can breathe slow. I'm in control. But the moment that I want to let go of control and maybe I want to start making something, make a business, make a tinker with my car, I'm not thinking about breathing,
Yeah.
but my body's got my back and it's going to take care of that for me. So to me, that's my relationship with the universe, with God, with myself, is the fact that I get to focus on something in a moment. So that's to me is presence. I'm present with something or in something. And then I also get the feeling or knowing that if I decide to let go of control, my body's got my back. The universe has got my back. It's not going to stop breathing because I'm not focusing on it. Whatever problem you have right now, whatever you're going through, as you're focusing on it, yeah, it's now in your power.
I love how you said that. I think, you mentioned that even though if we are focusing on our daily go, go, go kind of thing, the body's got your back. It doesn't stop, forgets to breathe. I think that was such a unique perspective. I've never heard someone say that the body's got your back because it will continue to breathe, right? I feel that, in fact, breathing is one of the fastest way to connect to yourself, right? One of
It
my
just,
previous guests was mentioning it's right at the tip of your nose. And I thought that was a really nice way to put it as well. So, yes, breathe for sure. I think it's definitely a mechanism that I use, breathing
it's so
to
simple, isn't it?
it's so simple, but so powerful. The minute you shift your
Mm.
focus to breathing from any external noise, I think you feel that shift, right? It just so, so, so powerful.
We are we are so supported beyond your comprehension that we have the luxury to have problems
Mm,
because everything in the universe is taken care of. You just have the one little thing that you need. And it's not almost like a little because it feels really big because all your focus is on it, but you decide to let it go.
yeah.
You're supported. Your body is going to support you. The universe is going to support you. The world will support you. You're
Mm.
loved. You're wanted. You're needed, and you're supported. Yeah.
Yeah, those are all great, great reminders. There should be a sticky note on each of those lines in the mirror and go through those every day. But yeah, Mario, this has been so, so wonderful. I am so grateful for your time. And I'm so humbled by your presence. And thank you so much again. This has been such a delightful conversation.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
What a beautiful reminder that healing doesn't mean having it all figured out. It means staying present. It means coming back to yourself again and again. If you've ever felt unloved or felt empty based on external validation, I hope this episode gave you something real to hold on to and start growing your inner tree of fulfillment. Share it with a friend, post your favorite quote, and don't forget to follow the Reset Mantra for more conversations. This is Sabeena Maharjan, and thank you so much for tuning into the Reset Mantra. I'll see you next time.